already know this is going to be a super long video, so let's just get this started as soon as possible. Today, we are taking a look at some G3 Siege defenses for Siege Battle Season 7. We're going to take a look at them in... I don't think we're going to do all the servers. Sometimes we do all the servers, and it's basically just looking at the same thing over and over and over and over again. We might do like 3 servers. Sometimes we try to do all of them. Sometimes we don't. But we want to see if anything has... We want to see what's changed from the last season. We want to see if this is like just a mixed defense. It doesn't look like anything too crazy. But we want to see if there's anything... These look like just mixed defenses of like whatever they had that was trying to... They were trying to make work. Not anything too crazy there. But we want to see how things have changed since Bound. Oh, did someone took a base? In the background. Okay, so this is the first thing to mention is Mimir was buffed in the last balance patch. I mean, a few things were buffed in the last balance patch, of course. From what I heard from people that tried Mimir on defense, they were saying they don't like him on defense. He works great on offense, which he always actually works pretty decently on offense. But with his buff for his Berserk state and also one less cooldown on Confine, one more stun turn on Confine, and then of course the Berserk state for all of these. I wonder if we're going to see more than just Mimir. Speed lead is always, you know, the strongest leader skill in some. Speed and HP are the strongest leader skills for PvP. So I wonder if we're going to see a lot of Mimirs today. We do see a tower of Mimirs and Gregos and Mollys, so this is something that just based on what I heard, which defense were we even on? We were on this defense. This tower. Just based on what I heard, is that a lot of people were not very happy with Mimir on defense. And it's really, is it Mimir's fault, or is it... First off, they don't have a lot of strips on that one, right? So you can just take immunity against it. Molly has a strip, but aside from that, there's not a crazy amount of strips there. Right? It's just a Molly. And of course, she's going to Violent proc 4 times, strip your entire team regardless, but... You know, aside from if she didn't Violent proc for whatever reason. So we're seeing some Dark Hell ladies. I feel like I'm gonna get demonetized or striked if I actually say her name. I feel like we can't say anything on YouTube anymore or Twitch. People getting banned from that on Twitch already. So El Sharion's here. El Sharion Wusa Perna. Perna got buffed. Well, Wusa got buffed and then nerfed. El Sharion got buffed. Perna got buffed with skill 2 since like in the past like 2 patches between the whole team. The whole team got buffed. So what are we on? 7? Let's see what we got on 8. Let's try to go over these faster. This is it's the same team where it was the same defenses. Okay, so this is apparently performing pretty well if that's working, if that's on multiple defense towers. So if people are stacking it, that means it's working well. So this Nana and Twins we've actually seen the last season as well. So not that shocking to see Twins and everything. CR Orion Perna again. Both Orion and Perna were buffed somewhat recently. So like more so the patch before last. Okay, so we're seeing kind of similar. Again, we're seeing some of these El Sharion Wusa and Pernas. We're on 11. I got to keep track of what bases we're on because I don't want to start clicking on all of them again. This one, kind of interesting. Well, I want to say you just think about this. You're like, okay, I'm just going to Lucian that, but this comes back from the dead. He snipes Lucian, and then this may or may not, you know, you may or may not land the crits on that. I feel like this one isn't that dangerous. I feel like this one isn't that dangerous, but a lot of things can be not dangerous and then get extremely dangerous when you stack them over and over and over and over and over again. So that's one of the things. We always mention that in these videos, but that's one of the takeaways from, hopefully from these that you guys get for the lower than G3 level guilds. So we see this is kind of stuff that we've seen before is just Vigor, Triana, and like literally any LD5. It seems to work great. So yeah, one of the things, more CR Orion Pernas. Okay, so apparently this defense has been making Kamoon Bastard Odins. What year is this? Hold on, guys. So this one, but yeah, stacking defenses is what I always hope to get in you guys' head. Is if you want to push higher in Guild Siege, stacking defense is extremely effective strategy. That's why it's metas happen, and it's like, oh, it's just the same defense 1,000 times, like, because it's effective. So this again, like you think about like, oh, I'm just gonna Lucian this like easy Lucian food, except This comes back from the dead. This can't be crit on. So it could still be easy Lucian food. You could just take a Lucian and... Well, actually, you can still just take a Lucian and a Kaki. I feel like I would just... That deletes this once. And then you take care of this. I mean, I'm sure it has decreased damage from wind, right? But that takes care of both of these, and then the Kaki just finishes off these two. That's what I would do. That's how I would approach this. But again, if you see this defense stacked over and over and over and over and over again, how many Lucian Kaki combos do you have? But that's just how I would approach it. I'm sure that the people that built these defenses have that already planned out. It's like, okay, I'm going to try to make sure that this is Lucian Kaki proof. You know, have shields on things, have decreased damage from wind, have decreased damage from fire, have, you know, already have that planned out ahead of time. So this is something that we've seen a little bit more. The Theomars, Clara, and Savannah. We saw this last season as well. So this is, again, is very similar to the other ones. We're talking about this one. Maybe they just don't have kinkies, right? That's a kinky replacement. This is another. Okay, so this, you got the Nana twins. You got the Nana Douglas Molly. Okay, not a lot of strips here. That's something to keep in mind. Strips and water, like you could take a water Avaris. Water Avaris. Water. All these videos wind up me like going brain dead halfway through, and by halfway through I mean at the very beginning, and forgetting what all these units' names are, even though I've seen them 1,000 times and I know what the units' names are. Anubis. Water Anubis. So, yeah. That would work very nicely into those, as well as like the Susano actually would be decent here. Water Lich would be decent here, I feel. So, oh, look at this shiny LDs. Okay, we saw all of these, right? Yeah, we saw all of these. Okay, what's next? Let's try to go through these a little bit faster because we don't need to see all of everything. We see some more CR Orion Pernas. We see, I should have like a timer for that. Okay, so Triana and Twins. Let's see what we got on 4. We got CR, oh, we got a CR Orion and Sekhmet. Okay, and okay, so this is Sniper and Paladin. I don't know why I'm clicking on things. Wait. Where exactly were we? Here we are. Okay, so I mean the Vigor Triana and anything is gonna work. So Vigor Triana Mimir. Okay, full tower of that. Let's see what they got on 6. They got just I was not expecting to see this for the entire Siege tournament in any base at any point. So that's interesting. Alright. This makes a lot more sense here. This makes a lot more sense. So what are we on 6? Let's go see 7. More CR Orion Pernas. Man, CR Orion Perna. The comeback is real. I mean, people at this point know how to deal with CR Orion Perna, though. So they probably just don't have all the defense or all of the offenses for CR Orion. It did get stronger. CR Orion Perna did get stronger, but they probably just don't have all the offenses built up for it. So it's just a mixed tower. All right, what do we have for this one? Seen some LDs in there, just tanky bruisers with Savannah. Let's see we can't see any of those. Let's see this 12. Interesting. Hey, it's Dreams Joseph. Interesting Odin, and so this is just going to target whoever, right? With the Draco. This is just going to target whoever. You don't need max crit rate if the crit rate is leader skill. You can still outspeed this, but I would be interested to see to actually fight some. I haven't fought any of this defense, but I do like it aside from the fact that you can still outspeed it, but it is very aggressive. Or you could just tank it out because there's not really a lot. There's immunity, but there's not any healer after that. So it's just a fast, single target aggressive threat. So where are we? 12. Okay, let's see these ones. Okay, got the Nana Savannah, and then just literally any LD5. Okay. Interesting. This is a fair... I mean, like, you would need a Molly, or apparently an Iris. But this is a fairly... It's a 4-star tower. It's not a crazy tower to try to replicate. Okay. I've seen this before. You guys have seen this before in previous seasons. That's nothing crazy. We're seeing a lot of... Oh. Okay, so that's interesting. I wonder if we'll see some more of that. All right, what do we got for this one? Some more bruisery teams. Some more just mixed up teams. I mean, not everyone's gonna have the same. Not everyone in the guild is gonna have the same exact teams all the time, but it's still best to try to do that as much as possible. So, I feel like some of the strong water 4-stars with passives would be actually really good against this, like Susano and Riga. I mean, I haven't hit specifically this specific defense, but I feel like those things would be strong against this, and they're fairly easy to get. So, interesting. All right, what do we have here? Some more of these. Okay. What were we seeing? We were seeing these defenses before, but without Nana, with something else instead of Nana. Why can't I remember what thing we were seeing instead of Nana? I don't know, guys. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, if you stack things enough, it's going to be strong regardless. So let's see what we got here. See some Ashirs. We didn't see too many Ashirs before. This is pretty dangerous, the Fuki, on both offense and defense. I think he's underrated. People go crazy over Kaki. They're like, oh, Kaki's a great cleave monster, etc., etc. Like the wind and the water ones are very strong as well. You don't need like the Kaki or the LDs. Like all of the Onimushas are good units. And I think there's a misconception around that like only 3 of them are, but like no, all the Onimushas are good. It's just a little bit different than, I mean, these we've seen before, but I don't know if I've seen these before. These specific these specific combinations. All right, let's see some 12. We don't have a whole lot of bases open on here. We should do this a little bit faster. I remember, well, never mind. We don't need more more comments from the peanut gallery. We just want to see bases. We just want to see bases. We don't need to talk in depth about every single base. We got some more twins. We really should do this faster. Okay, we don't have a whole lot going on here. I mean, Victoria's Secret just swept the entire thing. So that's why we don't see a whole lot. Let's see SW Chill, which I expect. I mean, we already discussed what we expected as far as like the guilds that were. This is the first time we're seeing one of these so far today. I expect a little bit more things like this, but yeah, we already mentioned that. Okay. So we were seeing some of these with Bastet previously, with the Bastet to Sarion, because it initially was Kamoon, Bastet, and Odin, and then it switched to Odin, Bastet, and Tessarion to counter the counters to that team, and then now apparently it switched to Wusa, Odin, Tessarion. So interesting. What do we have? 8. Okay. Also, keep in mind that SW Chill dominated this entire thing, so some of these bases we may be looking at are not their premium teams, are just like their not their second round, not the third round. They're like, what else do we have to stick in towers because we're running out of our premium defenses to stick in there. So yeah, this is stuff that we've seen a bunch before. Just super fast, super crazy turn cycle teams. Let's see. But that's nothing too new. Okay, we're seeing a lot of Wusa Pernas, actually. It reminds me of a couple years ago. We see just like Wusas and Bruisers and stuff. What do we got? 5? Let's go take a look at 5. Okay. I'm surprised to see Jamies in these defenses. I really am. I really am. So they've got to be built super tanky, right? They've got to be built super tanky, and then over the course of time, they keep using their skill 3 and keep stacking their stats over and over and over again. That's... yeah, they got to have a lot of damage mitigation in those artifacts. And very, very tanky runes. That's what I would expect from that defense. Okay, this is things that we've seen before. They're super fast. They trap things in scrolls. They strip. They attack, power buff. They got 2 different defense breakers. They got violent runes. They're gonna despair runes, Violent Runes come in and kill everything. I don't know why I tell you guys that. You guys are like, yeah, we know what Violent Runes do. Interesting that we see these on defense. We tried these on defense, right? I mean, you can't ever rely on AI to do anything on defense. So we're seeing more Theomars than I was expecting. We're seeing less sorry, not wind snipers. We're seeing about the same wind snipers I was expecting. We're seeing less fire snipers than in previous seasons, though. But people have just gotten better and better at countering fire snipers. So of course, anything that's super like Kamoons, we're seeing less Kamoons because people got better at countering Kamoons. People got better at countering fire snipers. So anything that people just start building more and more counters to is going to be less effective over the course of time. So. And Wusa Molongs. But I feel like a lot of seasoned players already know how to deal with Wusa Molong Pernas. Except that if you have them stacked on like every tower. Also, like I said previously, like these are not their premium necessarily defenses. If they already like swept all the bases, then some of these defenses that they're putting in these towers are not going to be their best ones. Because they're like, okay, what else do we have? What do we still have left? We're seeing a lot of Nanas, not really surprising. You go into a Nana defense and you already know that you're fighting 4 units instead of just 3. So, unless you take something that prevents revive. More Nana defenses. Okay, we see some more. We've seen a bunch of these so far. So this has been a very popular defense. What are we on? 8? Let's take a look at 11. Again, more of the Molong, Wusa, and Savannahs. People don't have Savannahs are like, yeah, I would love to. This is the first Kumar we've seen. I think Kumar is pretty... Do you guys remember that he cleanses the team, too? He does an AoE silence. With skill 3, he does an AoE attacks the enemy, does silence, and also cleanses his team as well. So, if you guys don't remember, because I know a lot of people don't really use Kumar. I am a Kumar abuser, so... Yeah. CR Orion Pernus. Surprised to see so many CR Orion Pernus, actually. What do we have? 410. Skogels are back. Okay. There we go. And we oh, this is nice. We see some Ethna. We see some Fukis. Some Savannahs. We're that's looking like it's one of the popular. So this is things that we've already seen before. This is nothing new. Let's take a look at 5. This is something I wasn't expecting. Okay, we got the Hraesvelgs in here. Was not expect. I mean, I was curious to see if we were gonna see some more. I don't think I was really expecting the Hraesvelg specifically, but yeah. We're on 6. Let's take a look at 7. I gotta like think to myself or say to myself which ones we're on, because I don't want to click on these ones that we've seen previously. So we are seeing some fire snipers in here. We're seeing some CR Orion Pernus. Seeing some more Hraesvelgs. Okay, we saw the Hraesvelg and oh, I thought that was, why did I think that was a Nana? Not a Nana. Because hats main. Alright, so what do we have for the next one? No, I scrolled way too far past it. Alright, so let's start on 7. We'll just see. I mean, some of these we don't... Okay, so this is kind of similar to CR and Orion Perna. Instead, we got the CR Orion. CR Orion and the... what's his face? Zaratu. So this is some more of these, which we were seeing. Was it the last siege battle or the one before that? We were seeing so many of these. We're on 5. So now we're just seeing a whole bunch of Molong, Wusa, Savannahs, Molong, Wusa, and Pernas at this point. All right, let's see what we got on 11. Yep, some more Molong, Wusa, Savannahs, Molong, Wusa, Pernas, etc., etc. Even after the nerf. This the same defenses as some of the other. I mean, of course, it's the same defense as some of the other ones. Okay, so we see some more Skogels. Again, I was not really expecting Skogels. I feel like this is something that you cocky though. Where are we? We saw the 11. We saw the 10. Yeah, we already saw this one. We already saw. Did we see this one? Yeah, okay. We already saw that one. Let's take a look at 7. More Musaburnas. Okay. 7 circle. We got this one 6. We're seeing some more. So we're seeing a bunch of actually similar things to what we've seen before. I mean, we are seeing some like this I was not expecting to see today, to be honest. So we're seeing some things we were expecting. We're seeing some things like this I was also not expecting to see today. This is something that I've used. I find it funny that because people don't know what she does. People don't like read up on her. She does a revive. She also does a no, I was gonna say strip and a stun and a skill cooldown. She does a stun and skill cooldown reset on the enemy, and she does a strip with skill 1. But you guys know, you watch the video, you know what Platty does. If you watch anything on this channel, you know what Platty does. We already saw these, didn't we? Let's go take a look at these ones. Okay, so we see the sniper with Gianna and Savannah. Okay, which one was? Sometimes these transmogs, you gotta try to remember which units they are when they're like their heads are down. Like, which unit is that again? What does every single transmog look like when their heads are down? Like, this is a new like, you know, this is a Nana, but for some of them, got the little shower cap on. That's not a shower cap. Whatever, you guys don't care. We don't care. We don't care about that. Interesting defense. Okay. Let's see what else we got for. We got 2 more to take a look at for this one. All right, let's see, and then we'll go to a couple. We're seeing so far. We're seeing 3 different BKs. I don't know if these. I mean, we can't. Okay, 6 losses. Well, can we see a little bit more? 4 losses. We're talking about some of the best players on each server, right? So they know how to deal with these teams. It's not really an issue for them, but so a lot of these are just gonna have more. Like, these would be more effective going lower in ranks. So if you build the same teams, you're gonna see better win rates the lower you go. Like, if you're, for example, in a C3 guild, this is probably going to be like 6 wins and 3 losses, right? For these same teams. But anything that you stack is going to be much stronger, because people may people may beat it the first time, but then it's going to be an issue going forward. The more times you stack it. More chamies. What is going on with these chamies, man? I know someone in the comments gonna be like, Baker, you're so stupid. You don't understand why people are using chamies. Like, I do. I know what she does. I'm very aware of what she does, but ninja. They do have 2 strips here. He has a strip on the 2nd skill, so steal. And then he's got a strip with the 3rd skill, so it's just single targets, but yeah. Again, some of these, like, you could still, like, you take a fire sniper. Well, yeah, you take a fire sniper. Not a sniper. Not a sniper unit. I mean, like, something that has big single target fire damage in there. That, like you could take a fire BK into this, which would actually be good, right? And then immunity. So, like, Bagel, stop telling people how to be my defenses. So I don't think that they're trying to win these. I don't think that they're trying to. I think they're just stacking a bunch of nonsense here. Yeah. I don't think that these ones. They're like, please take this bit. What is going on there, man? They're just like, yeah, we won. We're just gonna stick a bunch of nonsense in here. Okay. So those were clearly not like real defenses. I would laugh if they still won. It's like 3 wins, 1 loss. Like, wait a second, what's going on? So this is kind of interesting. We did see this the last season as well. Actually, I wonder how they. I mean, we can see kind of this 1 win, 12 losses. Okay, well now we see how that's okay. Two wins, 3 losses. But again, at this level, you know, it's a different story. So what do we got? We're on 9. Yeah, this is the 1 round. Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Okay, so we see some Rileys. We see some more of the Molong Wusa X. But I mean, if you've done RTA, you have already a bunch of different counters to that, because that's such a meta RTA thing. So this one, even though they don't have a speed lead, is still potentially something that you have to worry about, because Ashir has such crazy high base speed. So I don't know why I'm clicking on things that don't have things that we can't even see. Okay, so we're seeing. I mean, Nana's in so many of these defenses, though. One of the things with Nanas is that you could just, one of the things with Nanas is you could just take things that prevent revives. So, things that prevent revives, and also things that have high attack power and not necessarily built for crit, but just have high attack power in general to deal with that. So, what do we see? Some Shazams. What the fly is this? Jaeger? Oh, that does not look like a Jaeger. I mean, okay, he's got the axe, but that does not look like a Jaeger. It's the new Transmogs, man. It's the new Transmogs. So this is an interesting defense. I mean, we really don't see too. Oh crap! I don't remember which one it was. Okay, it's this one. It's 6. We see some more Jaegers. There's no defense break here. So that's just one of the things to consider. No defense break, and also they do have a strip with the aerial, but I mean you could still take a bulldozer into this. So just food for thought for you guys watching. They do have an HP. I'm sure they have shield runes on that as well, but you could take immunity and you could take like a bulldozer. That's what I would do. I would actually snipe out the Jaeger first, because I would feel the most threatened by that, followed by the Artemiel. And also, Jaeger would be the easier one to kill. So, okay, you see some oldies but goodies. But I question how many people have counters to these things built. These are like some of these I was honestly not expecting to see these defenses today. Yeah, it really wasn't. Okay. And this one was just absolutely domination. Okay. Yeah, we can't even see. We can only see three bases. We see some more Molongs. Okay, some Molong bases, Molong Wusa, whatever's. We see some CR Orion Pernus. And we see some Vigor Fuki Trianas. And then everything else is just, everything else is just completely locked off to even, we can't even see any of this stuff. So, all right, let's go take a look at the next server. Now we're here on the Asian server to see how different this meta is from the global server meta. All of the first round already happened, so we can actually, this is kind of nice. We can see if we go to repeat, we can pause, here we go. We can pause at some point that we have a lot of, I think this might be, I want to pause in a place where we can see a lot of different towers being open. I guess it's about the same amount of towers either way, but yeah, let's see how different this meta is from the last one. So, and this is another thing to note, that in the replays, it looks like they don't have any wings or transmogs or anything on here. In the replays, it just shows the data of what unit is there, not specifically how that person transmogged it, etc., etc. But like all the backlog data is just showing like what the units and the team composition is. It doesn't store, like CompToa servers don't store the information on the transmogs and the wings over here. So just FYI. But this is, I'm used to seeing like a Ciara, Nana, and Jogun in here instead of the Theomars. So we see the Theomars in here. Although, I will say that this is, so this is actually from, this is something that we saw the last season a little bit. Or not a little bit, actually more than a little bit we saw this kind of defense. This is something that you can use, you can employ if you are a higher level player doing siege in like lower level siege. You can take your, I know it's blasphemy, but you can take your wings and your transmogs off your siege defenses to make it look like you're not as impressive a player, to like be less flashy, less show off, and then you'll be more likely to get hit because people are like, oh, well, that's not anything. Like, I don't see transmogs and wings on that thing, so maybe it's an easy, you know, the runes aren't that good on it, and they're more likely to hit you if you don't have the transmogs. And I was going to say the transmogs and the skins, like, that's the same exact thing. The transmogs and the wings and things like that. You can, I mean, this is just how the data is stored. Why we're seeing these not transmogged and no wings, but you can actually use that to a strategy that can work in your favor in lower level siege. Then, I mean, like in G3, people just expect you to have crazy stats regardless. But if you're farming in like G1 or C3 or something like that, and you're not really high in arena, people may underestimate you and give you feed you lots of wins. So that's just my take on that. Use that if you use that information if you would like. But this one looks like I would just take a chilling into this on offense. Okay, but I mean, this is the thing that we saw a little bit more of in the last season as well. We didn't really see that on, I don't think we saw that at all on global server, did we? And this is something, this seems kind of like, weirdly enough, this seems kind of like the things that we saw in the last season. I mean, it is just one guild, so I can't say that for the whole server, but it just reminds me of things that we saw a little bit more of the last season. Okay, so we see some more Mo Longwusa Savannas, more Mo Longwusa Fukis. We are on 11. I don't know why I'm clicking on the thing that's still not finished being rebuilt. Let's see what we have for, again, clicking on things that are not even open for us to see. Some more Nanas. Nana will forever be. This is I don't like Dominic. I know I'm a terrible person. I use him. I've been using him. I've been using him in Inter-Server Arena. I don't like it. Like, I don't know. I would rather have Fengan. I would rather have I was gonna say Xiangfei, not Xiangfei. Xingzhe. Xingzhe's Xiangfei. Listen, guys. At this point in the video, I just stopped remembering what everything's name is. It always happens. It always happens. Okay, Nana Juno Savannas. I don't think... I mean, you know that stuff's all going to be super fast regardless, but... The Beast Riders and Nana is very strong together. Yeah. What do we have for... Okay, so this is kind of stuff that we saw a little bit more... Excuse me. A little bit more a couple seasons ago. This is not quite the stuff that we are used to seeing this season. But we are seeing Molong Savannas. I think those just work. Molong Molly Savannas. I think those just work regardless. Molong Molly Fukis. It works if you have crazy runes. Yeah, this is stuff that we were seeing more. I was expecting actually some more of the Sniper and Trianas, but people have just gotten used to countering that. This is this. We already clicked on all these towers. Okay, let's go to the next one. We had to come back. There was some kind of bug in it. It wasn't actually showing us any of anythings. So this is the next one, but we're seeing a lot of the same defense. I don't know why I'm clicking on these things that are obviously not open. We're seeing some more Molong Pernas. Okay. Not really too much crazy new stuff that we haven't seen before. Yay! No, this one. Yeah. I think I was using this for a while and it wasn't doing very well. It wasn't. Well, I mean, if you use it in a 5-star base, people can just Josephine into that, and you know, Josephine, Molly, and some fire threat, and you're done. So super easy to counter that. But I wanted it to work. Listen, I wanted it to work. So what are we at? 8? Let's go see what we got on 10. Some more of these. Okay. Let's see. 12. Some LD teams. Celia. I really should abuse Celia more. I really should. I just wish I miss her second skill being stronger. Fire bite. This. Okay. I feel like you just take immunity against this though. And something super tanky for Molong to reckless into. And then destroy runes. Like this, like the water slayer is super strong into this. So like water slayer and Lulu. What do we have here? This is 11. All right. More Skogels. Skogels back, baby. Some people are going to be like, Skogel never left. Don't even say he left. You can't be back if he never left. Okay, so this is... I'm sure we've seen this at some point before. Those defenses. Okay, so some more Skogel, Vigor, and Mollies. You know, everything's super fast on... Like, even if they're tanky... Here's one of the things. If you're not high level... and you're like just a normal player, just a normal, like your casual player, all this stuff that's super tanky, because I see a lot of people that, a lot of casual players that are like, oh, my thing is super tanky, look how much HP, and it's like, it has plus 10 speed. When is it gonna move? It's never gonna move. It doesn't matter how tanky it is, your opponent can take 350 turns before your Molong moves, for example. Someone out there thinks that I'm talking specifically about them. They're like, he knows my Molong is only plus 10 speed. He knows. How does he know? All right. So, was that the second one? That was the second one. Okay. Let's see this one. Yeah. Okay. So the bug doesn't seem to be still here. So, hey, some more Celias. There we go. Oh, double. As a joke, I did... triple harp magicians, and they were actually doing really well. I mean, if you put Celia in there with crazy speed, it's gonna, you know, still do well. But yeah, that was a meme team that I mean, you could do the same thing with oracles. Well, you guys already know that. We already established that like a bunch of times on YouTube. But between an assortment of different channels. We've already shown so many things. So many 5 Oracle teams. And every time someone does it, people are like, oh my god, did you see they did? It's like, yeah, it's been done like 1,000 times. It's been done already. Everything on YouTube's been done 1,000 times. Welcome to the world of YouTube. And then... I don't know. I'm just gonna complain about YouTube more. We don't need to complain about YouTube more. Okay, so we got some Fire Paladin was just buffed as well. So Fire Paladin and Odin were both just buffed. Ophelia. Kali. Okay. Interesting. Was not expecting that. We're on 9. Okay. Oh, I'm clicking on things that are still not. This is a different Odin base. Okay, we got some Junos and Savannahs instead of the Wusas. What do we have for this one? We see this is kind of an older team composition. However, she does have a leader skill now. So, what do we have? I think that's it, right? We already... Oh, no, we didn't take a look at this. Okay. This is a lot of revive, though. I mean, Rocky just single-handedly can demolish this team. Fire Hell Lady. Just single-handedly demolish this. Anything else that prevents revive can just single-handedly demolish this. There's so many... I'm surprised to see this being stacked. There's so many counters to this team. It's a very niche, gimmicky team of just like revive and death prevention, but it's so easy to counter this. Okay, what's the next? No repeats of... Is this still bugged? Okay. Let's see this one. I mean, that obviously wasn't one of their premium teams, but I'm just still surprised. I'm always surprised. Surprised at everything. Can we see what's the best time to actually? Is this good? Yeah, maybe we'll take a look at this one. Okay. We see some woosas and savannas. Yes. Fairly similar stuff to what we've been seeing. I think that we're just gonna keep seeing. Some of these are a little different, like, you know, Riley's and some LD teams, right? But when you have LDs, then it kind of changes the dynamic. You can get away with some different stuff that you couldn't normally get away with. Especially if you stack crazy LD teams. But of course you have to have all the LDs to actually be able to stack as a guild the crazy LD teams. So we're seeing this defense again, where we were seeing before this with the Molong. We're seeing it with the Fire Sniper now. We were on this, right? Yeah, we're on this. Okay. Seen some Gianna Savannas. Seen some more LD. These are just like assorted things. Some more LDs, some more assorted LD teams. I love this. I'm sure they have a reason. Like, I'm sure they were hitting this with a specific thing and they were like, okay, what's this? I'm gonna bring these two bears together. These two pandas. Oh my god. Oh, I'm going brain dead, guys. What's going to be a nice thing to put as a third unit as a fire unit? It's like, okay. I assume that this was effective when they were trying to hit their team. So. I'm losing my mind, guys. It's that time of day where I start losing my mind. I know you guys are going to say, Baker, you're always losing your mind. It's not new. That's not a new thing. Okay, so we see some more Odins. We've seen a lot of Odins, but Odin has element advantage now over everything. So, we got 9, we got 10. Let's see what's on 10. Some more Scopels, some more Eunus. What do we have here? We got some Woosas and some Iris and some Savannah. Savannah's just a great... Savannah does everything. Savannah, she strips, she defense breaks, she does damage. She has like some kind of a death prevention, right? Doesn't completely prevent her death. She just dismounts, but still. We're on 8. Let's take a look at 7. See some more of this. We've seen some of that already. Let's see number 4. These are dangerous. With the Riley Theomars. This has got to be working. If we've seen enough people sticking the Rileys in there, sticking the Theomars in there, it's got to be working. So Theomar's in a static defense. You don't know who he's going to target. He could target whoever he feels like targeting. So, and then this one will target, you know, whoever's got the lowest. He used to target whoever he felt like with the defense. It was just a random defense break. Now it just goes for whoever has the lowest HP. So we're on 4. Where's 4? Okay. Some more. This is more Theomars than I expected today. Be real with you. It's more Theomars than I. All water though. Look at that. I at this level I was not expecting to see all water defense. Like if anything, we're gonna see like all LD, but all water defense. Theomars is, you know, element neutral, but he's in terms of hitting him, you could just hit him with a wind unit and be strong against. He's gonna be strong against whatever he's gonna be strong against. Let's see the next one. This is a good place to... I'm trying to look for good places to see a lot of things open. I think it's going to be fairly equal either way. Fairly the same either way. Okay, some more Junos. I feel like we're seeing a little bit more Junos than usual this season. Let's take a look at this. We're seeing some more Harmonious as well. And the LB. Yeah, this is going to be a nasty team. That's a nasty... These Giannas are nasty regardless. Like, you could bring counters to Gianna and she's going to be still nasty. So... these are things that we said. We were seeing this, not specifically this exactly, but we were seeing some of the Carcano, Praha, and Tyrannus the last season. Last season and the season before were very... like this with Praha, basically. So, that was kind of popular. And with the Savannah as well. What are we on, 8? Okay, we see some... I see some more with the... what's his face? Okay, so again, more that we've seen before. It's nothing... I mean, a lot of these at this point are just going to be things that we've seen before. We're on 10. Let's go take a look at 9. This is... it makes sense. It's just interesting to see that. So she just does the team up. She's got the 33 speed lead too. Very, very strong. Sometimes you see that with Pernas. This one. Some of these are kind of interesting things that I wouldn't expect. I would have expected more of her. I know that you could just take a Leo into that. But I would have expected... well, you could take a Leo. You would also take a Miho, can't you? I mean, the Molly's just... you know Molly's just going to come in after that. She's going to follow it up. She's just going to not crit. She's going to be like, yeah, I mean, you did take the Miho, but I'm going to not crit and violent proc and finish it off. So... what do we have for... we already took a look at this, right? Yeah, we already took a look at this. Let's take a look at 8. Yeah, this one. We were seeing more of this the last season. And we're seeing it again. Okay. No, not the last season and the season before that as well. This is... we're seeing a lot of that this season. Some more Kamun, Bastard Odins. Because you don't know who exactly they're going to hit. Okay, some mixed defenses there. I'm just waiting for some like C2 guild. I'm waiting for a C2 guild to just be like, okay, we're gonna put like Carcano, Vigor, Triana on every, or not even that, like just some kind of easily farmable like 2A defense on like every single tower. Every single tower. Like a C2 guild, and then all of a sudden like shoot up to G3 because it's like no one's got like some random thing that like no one's got counters for because it's like not even meta, and they're just like the whole guild is just gonna build all like 10 defenses each player of it. I'm waiting for that. That would be an amazing journey. And then they'd be like, okay, it's impossible to compete at this because we still have doo-doo runes. So I just think it'd be funny. All right, let's take a look at this one. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that's not available to see right now. Was this? Looked like there was a decent amount of stuff to see over here. Okay. So we see some more Rusas. We see some more of these. It's kind of mixed. Oh, wait, this is the first time we've seen wind snipers. Okay. I'm a little surprised to see those over here. These are kind of some wonky defenses, some of these. Some of these that I'm curious about, I kind of just want to hit them and see how effective they are. You know? Again, especially if you... so they're using a lot of wind snipers. Lots and lots and lots of wind snipers. So if that's a super fast beta, then that wind sniper is going to go into his stance, and then he's just going to get extra turns. They're going to keep glancing on him. He's going to get extra turns. He's going to come in and snipe things. I mean, that's what snipers do, is they snipe things. So, lols. Let's go C11. Okay, there's still some strips. I mean, there's 2 AoE defense breakers, but there's like she may or may not strip. And then she's got the strips over here, but it's not like a crazy amount of strips for those AoE defense breaks. So, you can still just take things that that prevent revives, like some kind of wind DPS unit. Anyway, what else do we have over here? Okay, let's take a look at 11. My brain is like mush right now, guys. It really is. I'm just clicking on all these defenses. It's just mush. We already saw this. Yeah, we already saw this. Let's go take a look at this one. Half you guys like, I don't even play Summoners War anymore. I don't even care about any of these defenses. Just want to see if my LDs are super meta. They're super meta. LDs are always super meta. This is the whole, this is this season right here. That's what it is. So, hope you guys built the 5 million Lucians. I've seen some of those double Skogels. Double Skogel teams. We really don't see too much of this guy anymore. Let's take a look at this one. Let's try to find a nice... I feel like there's a decent amount of stuff open over here. Okay, some more snipers. I mean, not snipers. Surfers. Well, it was a sniper, but some more surfers is what I was... I like those surfers are cool. Until they start going crazy procking on you, and then they're not so cool. I'm talking specifically about Oliver more than anything else. We're seeing some more chillings, okay. More chilling defenses. See some Charlotte. This is nice. I think a lot of people I started using Charlotte on my Europe server for arena offense. Excuse me, which is not like a crazy thing that no one has ever done before, but yeah, I got a Charlotte team that I've been using because I don't have a Shungpung on Europe server, so I was using Charlotte instead, and it was doing pretty well. I mean, it doesn't, you can't cool anything down, but still, it's doing pretty decently. So, we're seeing some more Riley, Odin, Tessarions. Interesting. Very interesting. I feel like when I take Rocky, I was thinking about like Rocky into this, right? The Fire Hell Lady. But I feel like anytime I take a Rocky, she never does as much damage as I want her to. I'm always like, they're great. I can't kill anything. She doesn't do enough damage. I don't know why she doesn't do enough damage. Maybe I just have to I tried rebooting her a couple times, but I don't know. Her multiplier is good. That's the thing. I don't know. Maybe mine is bugged. Maybe I need to return mine for a different Rocky. Maybe I just expect too much. Or maybe people just have decreased damage from fire units, which would be smart, right? If they know that they're going to get Rockied. So, some of these are a little wonky. Take a look at more LDs. I don't think these are necessarily like the craziest, although this does make sense to have the defense buffer in here, right? Increases defense of 3 for 3 turns, and then he does damage based on his defense, so it makes sense together, even though she's more like you see her usually with like strippers, so I feel like she's still, as much as this works together, I question if this wouldn't be just a more effective defense with a Savannah in there. But, you know, who knows? Were we on 4? I totally forgot where we even were. Got so sidetracked. This is one we haven't seen for a couple, or at least I haven't. We really haven't been seeing this for the guild sieges like the last, like at least the last season. Because this was the thing that we were seeing stacked on a lot of defenses, and then we stopped seeing it. So, and it's back. I feel like this is the season of what's old is new again. See some Grego and some stuff. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Yeah, we already saw that one. Okay, let's see last one. Last one. And the goat. Super OP. Well, all these guilds are OP. Goat is OP though. What do we have here? I just assume that if I'm hitting a defensive goat, then I know that they have runes that aren't even available in the rest of the game. They're like, wait, you got a new rune set? Like, they just have rune sets that don't even exist. OP. That's sarcasm. I'm not saying they actually have rune sets. Like, wait. They have rune sets that don't exist? Yeah, you know, things that freeze and also defense break and also increase their attack bar by 100 for a 2 set. Those kind of rune sets. Wait a second, man. such a dangerous, nasty team. Oh my god. What do we have for... Where are we? We're 12? Alright, let's see what we got here. So many long Savannah and X supports. Still a lot of those, though. There's so... If we're noticing, I'm sure you guys, whoever, the three of you that are still watching are noticing the same thing. Is like they're using a lot of Carcano, Chilling Trianas. I don't think we saw them at all on Global Server, but we're seeing them a ton over here. Hey, we're seeing these defenses again. No, we saw, it was these. This one is different, because we were seeing this before. Okay, what do we have next? Okay, fairly things we saw before, not anything too crazy. We're seeing a lot again. Carcano, Chilling Triana, Carcano, Chilling Triana. Whole lot. Charlotte's, liking this Charlotte's. And we're seeing a lot of these. I mean, these are things that have just been stacked a whole bunch already. So, Twins Triana. And then some, oh, Masha's. I forgot about, but we haven't seen Masha's. You know what? I got a Masha on my main. I have not used her at all yet. Not even once. I was very excited. I was genuinely excited to get her. I have not even used her once. I'm like, where? First off, I don't have Devilmons for her. Second off, I'm like, where am I going to use her? There's no guild content. So, yeah, unfortunately, there's no guild content for me. For me, I'm not saying no guild content for anyone. I'm saying I currently have no guild content to do. I guess I'll use her for arena offense. Now we're here on Europe server where I expect to see, I don't know what I expect to see specifically, but something the craziest of all. So let's see what they got going on Europe server. Let's tree, guys. Let's see if we can find a nice spot where we can see a lot of the different defenses. All right. Okay. Well, we're not off to a crazy start. I was expecting a little crazier. Carcano, Chilling Yunu. Okay. I don't know why I'm clicking on things. We got some Twins and Triana. I don't know what exactly I was expecting to see, though. We see some Nanas. We see some mixed things. We already clicked on this defense. I was just making sure. Alright, we see some... It's kind of like mixed. It's mixed stuff with some Beast Riders, some Nanas, and some... Beast Riders, Nanas, and support. Let's take a look at 11. And we see some Ciara Orion Rakans. Ciara Orion Rakans, Ciara Orion Pernas. I mean, they do strip more than they did with the bus. We see some more Twins and Triana. I was expecting some crazy stuff. Okay, so this is different. This is more of what I was kind of expecting to see. Again, I don't know what exactly I was expecting to see. I was just expecting to see something different and somehow crazy. I don't know. So, Carcano, Miles, Riley. Let's see if we see some more of these. Where is that? 12? Okay. And we see, so this is kind of things that we've seen before. Okay. Some more Skogels. We see some Wusa Perna Savannas. Let's go to 5. Some Twins Triana. This is the season of everything old is new again. That's what we can call it. And some Rileys, though. It's nice to see Rileys in there. Some usable fusion units for defenses. Carcano, Chilling, and Skogel. Lols. There's not any support there. I mean, unless something is on Vampire, but there's not... This, I don't know. I was expecting to see something different. Although maybe we'll see going forth in the latter rounds. Maybe they're holding the crazy stuff for the latter rounds. They don't want to give away too much info. That's entirely possible, too. I mean, we take a look at this stuff, but they may just not want to give away. They may have some crazy stuff that we'll see in the latter rounds of these Siege tournaments. But, I mean, they still, like, a lot of these guilds still do need to get to the other rounds. Otherwise, they can't... What? This is not what I was expecting. Okay. I've done something similar to this and had it be very effective, but I was honestly not expecting that. Although I did say, yeah, I'm looking to see some things I wasn't expecting, I guess. So, crazy stuff. See some Commune Bastard Odins. Okay. You see some more of this, man. Okay, this is... I was not expecting those. I will say that. So this is stuff that we've seen similar things to these before. It's just CR Orion and then Fire Threat that hopefully strips. We see some more Commune Orion Odins. What do we have? 5. Some Rock Boys. That's what I call them. Call them little Rock Boys. I'm surprised to see so many CR Burnos back. It's crazy, man. T-on lines, okay. I mean, that just basically kind of takes the place of the Water Panda, right? We're seeing the same thing as before. So what do we have for this one? Let's find a good spot. Yeah, I think that's good. Molong, Riley, Perna, Molong, Riley, and Rakan. Okay, some more Rileys. So this is a little bit interesting. Accuracy 40%. I honestly never pay attention to his leader skill. I like totally spaced that he actually had one. Like I know he has one because the other ones have them, but I just totally spaced on what it actually was because I'm like, I don't think I've used it even once before. But this is kind of interesting. I'm curious to see if like a guild. I was talking before about like if a guild stacked a certain defense. Like what if a guild just stacked all this, just like all this, just like made like the whole guild made like 50 of these defenses. That would be pretty crazy. I would like to see how that works. I would like to see how effective it is. You're like, Bagel, my guild will do exactly that. I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying that I'm requesting any specific guild to go ahead and do that. I'm just saying, like, I'm curious. I'm curious. Twins are twins, so twins work great. We see some oracles and inugamis, and we see some of these girls. She comes in, she strips AoE strip stuns, everything. What do we have for 11? Okay, we saw some of these before as well. Not anything too crazy. I'm mostly excited about that Unuclara Vigor team. I want to see just a guild of all that. That's what I want to see. Seen some more Unus. Okay. Seen some more Commune Bastard Odins. Let's see what else we have. 6. Okay, we see that. We've seen that 1.5 million times before. We see the same thing 1.5 million times before. I mean, if I'm saying like I would like to see a guild doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. But really, we're just seeing like Twins and Triana back again. If it's effective, and it's already been built by so many players in the guild, why not do it again? Like, you know, why complain if it's effective and it's winning again? Because people aren't expecting it to be all over the place again, then why not just do it again? So it doesn't need to be like I am looking for flashy, interesting things, but these guilds are not looking to be flashy and interesting. They're looking to win. They're looking for what's effective. So I'm trying to find a spot where we can. Seems like no matter where we go, there's okay. I think this might be a spot. Yeah, if it wins, it wins. If it's getting a lot of wins nowadays. We got number 2. Okay, what do we have? 6. I feel like we're going to see a lot of that today. Or we already have been seeing a lot. Okay, so guys, just build CR Ryan Perna. That's the thing. Just build CR Ryan Perna and you're set. We're seeing these again. Everything old is new again. Guys, like, I figured that out from the first 5 minutes of this video, and I didn't need the other hour of it. Yeah, it's gonna do great for my retention. YouTube's gonna be like, yeah, your channel is dead, buddy. Yeah. So this is different. This is a little interesting. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna start 30 accounts. I'll make a whole guild and just have the same thing. every defense. So that is actually, so there's some interesting 4-star towers. Seeing some of these Nana Savannah Junos. Oh, Light Monkey. They lack unless this Light Monkey is built for damage. I don't think his even multipliers are even that crazy though. But they don't have a whole lot of damage here. They have things that are immune to CC are going to be super strong. Super strong. Bagel, how strong? Super strong. And then also, there's a lot of AoEs. So, like, Wind Monkey also is going to be strong here as well. And Josephine and things that are immune to CC. Be strong. Yeah, some of these teams I don't think are... That's interesting. This is such an old defense, though. I don't know why I'm stuck on this this Tower 8, but I already saw that. Hracefelx, okay. I like that. It's interesting. But there's not a whole lot of... I mean, there's a lot of fast strip... but there's a lot of fast damage. Multi-hitters, right? There's not a lot of sustain here. So, the Hracefelx has sustain himself, but as soon as he goes into Berserk mode, he's going to be easy to just one-tap. So. And the Theomars there. So they got Death Prevention, they got Dismount, and they have Revive. So even if you take like a Rocky's not going to deal with Theomars, Rocky's not going to deal with Savannah, Rocky's just going to deal with the Perna. Versus like the other one where we saw like the Perna and the Tyrannus, where Rocky kind of deals with both of those. So this is kind of like 3 different forms of death prevention. And they also do have some sustain with the heals over there as well. They don't have a lot of strips. They have strip from Savannah, but that's about it. So, and you know she's going to be moving first. This way she can strip and defense break. And then even her AoE is going to do a little bit more damage to one specific thing. And then that's going to choose the target for Theomars to come in and hit that. And then Perna's potentially going to come in and snipe after that. Or Perna moves before Theomars actually probably to strip some. Would the Perna be moving first? Whatever. I guess we'll see. But because he has a strip now. Because I was thinking that he wouldn't be, but now like maybe they have him tuned. We'll see how. We won't see. I don't know why I'm saying we'll see how they have him tuned. Like we clearly won't see that. That is not something we will see. You are not. I don't want to mislead you guys with the video. You are not going to see that. We're not going to see what's moving in what turn order. So, yeah. All right, let's see this. Let's see. But generally, if it's something like this, we know the turn order. We know that this is going to be moving first. She's going to be stripping things beforehand, and then there's going to be defense break. And she also has really high base speed, 116 base speed. So we know this is moving first, even though it's less base speed, because we need her to strip and strip things. She sets up the defense break. She comes in, kills things, Valent procs, whatever's. So, what do we have for base 2? We have some more Rock Boys, more similar to what we saw before. So I'm curious to see if we see some more Hracefelx. So we're seeing some more CR Orion Pernas. Everything old is new again. We're seeing some more Odins, Kamoon Bastard Odins. Some of these teams could be just like, we could have like compare this to like a video that we did like a year ago, and they're kind of the same. Everything old is new again. Just keep saying that. All right, so this is different. But I mean, you know, I complain about it. I do understand, like I complain about it, but I'm like, if it's effective, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's juicy or luscious or Bagel, what are your choices of words? It doesn't matter if it's juicy or luscious, as long as it wins. That's what matters. Does it win? And we're seeing some twins. And we're seeing some... Okay. So we have, what's the next? We have 3 more. 3 more to take a look at. people from Europe chime in. They're like, no. It's not that everything old is new again. It's that we just don't care. It's that we don't care to make any new siege defenses. We're just going to use whatever we had lying around. It's fine. I don't think that they would actually say that. They'd be like, no, we definitely, everything old is new again. Okay, so we see some more Hrace. It's nice to see Hrace, folks. Right? See what we got on 4. Okay. See what we got on 5. So we see some Mimirs. Full defensive Mimirs. Okay, I wonder how it does. I wonder, is it effective? This is not what I was expecting. So there you go, guys. The first Dark Vampire Lord I've ever seen in Siege D. Well, in this level, I've seen it on like alt accounts in like poo poo doo doo level Siege. Not quite in this level. All right. See some, I mean, fairly stable. We're seeing a lot of the same stuff, so we can get an idea of like what the meta teams are. So. What's here? Some more Hracevelks. Okay. Got Hracevelk, we got Sustain, we got... There's not really any strip here, right? So... They still can come through and do... You can tank out this damage, though, from Blade Slaughter on that. And he's going to do extra damage, but... Yeah, you should be able to tank that out with just immunity and some bruisers. Yeah, the thing is, though, that... 5. The thing is that, again, even with the CR Orion Pernas, like, there's so many CR Orion Pernas that you only have a certain amount of counters to CR Orion Perna, especially if you weren't expecting that many of them. So, and then we will also, again, we will also see how crazy things are in the last few matches, like the last round. Because you know people are going to be, some of the top guilds are going to be bringing in these things that are like, we built 10 ridiculous nonsense defenses, each player of the same thing. So, yeah. Like some kind of crazy defense. I've seen it. I've definitely, I have people on my friends list that are like 10 of the same units built for Siege. For like Siege defense, Siege offense. Mostly for offense though. But like counters to the meta things. Like CR Orion Perna counters. They would have like 10 built. They'd be like 3-star, 4-star things that they'd be taken into just trying to hit all of those. So, like, I have people in my friends list with like 10 Lulus, 10 Vigors, 10. Some of them have 10 Garrows that they really have nothing to do with these 10 Garrows anymore. But unless you can find a defense that you could hit with Garrow, I don't think that many things you can hit with Garrows anymore, though. I mean, maybe you can at a certain level, but not at like G3 level. See some more Odins. I mean, you could hit Odins with the Bastard. Between Bastard skill 2 and Kamoon doing multi-hits. And then also violent proccing, right? You're not really going to be able to take Garrow into that effectively. Yeah, we see some Rileys. Okay. And also the 9 million Molongs. So. Skogomalis and Vigors. We see some more of these. Carcano, Praha, Tyrannus. Okay. And what do you have? The last one. Wait. They're not in the... Well, I have to take a look at the brackets. I was actually expecting them to be moved on. Like, not moved on, but I was expecting them to be already in the, like, not even playing the first round. So. But I don't keep up with the guild politics on everything, so. I don't know which members moved out of certain guilds and into other guilds or something like that. So it happens, and that changes the strength of guilds if like 3 very strong members move from one to another. So that can definitely change things. But it's nice to see Yunu being here some more. Hraesvelg I clicked on the same base again. Yunu and Hraesvelg and things. Oh, look, some more Yunus. Some more units. Celia again. Honestly, I was expecting more of these Narshas, because Narsha is super OP. Except that, you know, Leo, but still, you could say that Leo counters any of the Beast Riders, really. Where were we? We were on 6. A lot of Eunus, man. A lot of Eunus. If you guys don't have Eunu built, why are you not building Eunus, bruh? This looks like it's like a 2-year-old. Well, aside from that, this looks like a 2-year-old defense. I mean, like these together. Harmonious Skogul looks like a defense from like 2 years ago. But like this specifically looks like something you wouldn't see anytime soon. Like, does not look like a 2022 defense. But if we've learned anything from the 9,000 times I've said the same exact thing this video, what's old is new again. So let's take a look at this. Yep, that's about what I was expecting. Dice Magicians. So this rebalances. He's kind of like, it's RNG. If you guys don't know what he does, it's RNG. He will redistribute your HP. I think this goes through invincibility as well. Because it doesn't actually do damage, it just redistributes the HP. So, gains another turn if you get the same number of skill can't be used on the boss. So, actually, if you have, like, if you're going up against, in the very unlikely situation where you would be going up against invincibility plus Molong, and you want to redistribute Molong's HP so that his Reckless doesn't do that much damage. And, you know, RNG could maybe happen, maybe not happen in your favor, but you can redistribute through, like, if you're fighting a Molong Chloe, you can use Monty, redistribute the HP, and unless I'm mistaken and that doesn't work like that, but I'm pretty sure that that goes through invincibility. Because I'm pretty sure that I had that situation happen at some point recently. Okay, let's go take a look at whatever is next. You guys like, Bagel, you're wrong and you're very stupid. And that's I hear that every day of my life, mostly from my family. But yeah, this is kind of interesting. The Riley and Tisarion here. Okay, there's not really a lot of strips over here, but what do we have? That guy does so much damage. That light vampire, so much damage. Oh my god. I think it's based on speed too. Hold on, let's go back. Let's go see more of this. Yeah, damage base, deal more damage according to your attack speed. So, let's see, 6. Oh, this is something different that I wasn't expecting today. Okay, HP leader skill. This is very different. Pango, is it also? Yes, it's also different. It is different. Okay, we see some twins, and we see some, I'm gonna just make a brand new guild. This is things that we've seen before. Make a brand new guild. We're gonna, the guild requirements is everyone needs to build. Wait, where's the Skogul? I want to see that with the Skogul. Everyone needs to build this defense. That's 10 times. That's the guild requirements. That's the guild requirement. It's gonna be a G3 guild. I promise you. Eventually. One day, after everyone quits, and it's much easier to get a G3 if no one else is playing. Anyway, guys, that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see if there's anything crazy. Like, if there's really crazy things that happen in the end rounds of Siege Tournament, then we'll do a video showing all the crazy whatevers. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys got something out of it. Hopefully, it helps you decide what you want to do for your guild Siege defenses. I will see you, as always, in the next one.